us on our different zip code benders, our road trips, our nostalgia, our thought-provoking questions, and our undying love for nerds. Remember, you're never alone if you have the bros. Just us and bros.
Hey, bros, welcome back to Just Us Bros podcast. As always, I'm Hokey Joker.
I'm Bad Drew from another dimension.
GL, what's the fit there? Oh, sexy.
I'm not going to say that it looks like a Steelers jersey, but I'm going to say that it looks like a Steelers jersey. Flashman.
Thanks. And that's HK that interrupted Bad Drew. So anyway, guys.
The instructions were unclear, but anyway, let's get started on this pod.
A sequel 29 years in the making, 1996 into 2025. The main actor has been in movies. 3 of them were Hotel Transylvania's, 2 football movies, 2 grown-ups movies, 2 murder mystery movies, 3 rom-coms with Drew Barrymore, 3 movies with Jennifer Aniston, and even 2 Paul Blart Mall Cop movies. Happy Gilmore 2 is among us. And of course, is it reliving nostalgia, or is it even up to par? Let's find out.
Well, so for me, I made the mistake of watching the first one first before watching the second one. So the first one hit all the right spots for me, nostalgia wise, and I think it still holds up really well. And at an hour 30, I thought it was perfect. Happy Gilmore 2 at 2 hours, tons of cameos, all the nostalgia from the first one. But for me, the jokes didn't land as well. So that's my overall impression of it.
It sucked. That was worth it just for that reaction. Funny. No, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd say it was probably my favorite movie that came out in July
Really?
this year. Yeah.
So was it better than a certain F4 movie?
Totally different genres, but as far as likability and enjoyment, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I've watched it twice. I have no interest in seeing Fantastic Four again. I'll watch a sequel to Fantastic Four, but I have no interest in seeing the movie again.
Well, first,
John
before
Daly.
we go to someone else, for HK, I have a follow-up question. So, has the first time you've seen Happy Gilmore 1, like, recently, or are you talking about when you saw it way back in the day?
Yeah, sorry, I should clarify. Of course, I've seen it way back in the day,
Okay.
like multiple times, but it has been probably a good decade since I'd seen it before last. And I wasn't sure if it would hold up as well as like the last time I saw, like Billy Madison or Waterboy, which I think I've seen those a little bit more recently than Happy Gilmore. But I gotta say, like that's still an all-time classic for me, Happy Gilmore. It still works really well.
All right, cool. Flashman, what were your comments on just general comments on?
Yeah, one of the stars, John Daly. Yep.
Yeah, thanks. Because I'm fat and got a beard, I got it. Okay, anyway. So for me, it was fun. You know, the nostalgia factor's there. You get Adam Sandler and all of his goofy friends doing all the same goofy crap again. It's funny. It's heartfelt in moments, sad as hell in other moments. I enjoyed it. I'm currently rewatching it. So,
Bad Bunny, how did you feel? Opening thoughts.
He's an idiot.
Is my name Bad Bunny now? Did you change it?
Because technically you would have been Green Lantern's caddy, but he's indisposed at the moment.
Sleepy Gilmore.
Yes.
Sleepy Gilmore.
So I'll say this. It was fun. I liked it. Okay, so I saw Fantastic Four in this like 2 days apart. It was so much better than Fantastic Four. But more thought when anyway, so this was a lot of fun. It's such a departure from the original as far as like the first one was somewhat grounded in reality. This one like just took everything up a notch where it's like spine surgeries to like to bad CGI of the hitting the ball to I made this golf course that has like tilting and crazy like let's have a dodgeball style-esque thing. And so like it was a little out there for me, but it was fine. It was fun.
Okay, my thoughts short and sweet. to piggyback off HK, the first movie being 90 minutes, perfect for an Adam Sandler flick. This one I actually did like audibly, I think out loud say, "Damn, this movie's still going on." But with every Adam Sandler movie that I've watched and probably will watch in the future, when somebody asks me, "What did you think about that movie?" I was like, "It is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life, but I enjoyed the hell out of it every second because the cameos were perfect. Okay, maybe there were a few too many, but it hit all the right nostalgic hits for me to make me want to be, you know what, I will watch this again." So, yeah.
And one thing that I liked about at least the cameos is I know that whenever the first one popped up, I was watching with my dad, and he goes, "Who's that?" And I said, "Oh, remember the guy from the first movie? This was so and so." And as soon as I said that, it showed the flashback from the first movie of like the scene. Like, okay, that's nice. I mean, for people who don't remember it, old people, dad. And then like I think that when Hal showed up, my dad goes, "Who's that?" I said, "Wait a minute." And then he showed the flashback, and then the next one, "Who's that?" Okay, it's established now. Stop asking me. Just watch the movie. But yeah, a lot of fun with the cameos. I was surprised it had that many. Yeah. So I know Flashman, you have the list of
Oh my God.
cameos.
Are y'all ready for this?
How many did you number them?
No, I literally just pulled up IMDb, but there are better part of
69 cameos,
200 actors in this movie.
200 actors.
I mean,
Steve
it's
Carell?
insane. But we can go with just like the cameos per se, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say we got Post Malone.
Oh
You've
yeah.
got Eric Andre, Nick Faldo. Then you've got all of the actual golfers we'll get into in a few. And there's a lot of them. Travis Kelce, Nick Swardson, which you can call it a cameo if you want, but he's pretty much in every Adam Sandler movie
Yeah.
today. Eminem.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Then you've got Rob Schneider back for a quick spot. Dan Patrick, Steven Smith, Chris Berman, Reggie Bush, Rebecca Quinn, Nikki Garcia. I mean, the list goes on and on with random people. And then you've got YouTube influencers on here as well, like Paige Brennick. Like she was the Dick's Sporting Girl Goods girl at the golf simulator.
Oh. Well, you know what YouTube influencers weren't on there?
Us.
Us.
Here's our pitch for Happy Gilmore 3 or any other Adam Sandler movie that's coming up.
Oh, that'll be rough. But there's just a lot of known people in the world of entertainment that he pulled into this movie because they're loved by millions of people, and he knew it would draw them into it.
Yeah.
That's the long and the short of it.
Yeah, and I think similar to the plot for me, like with these cameos, like every cameo was like over the top, and all of them like acted over the top. Everyone except for the golfers.
Yep.
Like, well, I don't even know the golfer's name, but when he pulled the shirt down and punched, he was like, "I know the drill."
Yep.
Like that was flat, but then like Eminem was like too over the top. Kelsey was too over the top. A little bit of everybody was over the top, but that's
A little bit.
Adam Sandler's at the age now where he's like, "I'm making this movie. Do what you want. I'm not cutting anything. You wanted my movies. Here you go." And it's just,
Yeah, he basically made a movie for the bros.
what was your favorite cameo?
Mine was probably Eminem. The jackass scene, that character in the first movie, you wanted to be the one that punched him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eminem being his son and getting thrown in the water and by the sons and all that shit is just comedy gold for me.
I think mine would be Ben Stiller's character. Now he's taking advantage of more old people again, and it's just hilarious to see.
I mean,
And it's kind of updated too for like modern times or whatever.
A little
Since
bit, yeah.
he's like scamming them rather than just like taking advantage of them in a nursing home.
Well, wasn't that character also in Hubie Halloween?
Yeah.
I forget her name, but I think her name literally is nursing home lady that had the AC fall on her. But when they saw her grave,
Mister. Hold on.
because I quoted that so much as a kid, like when that happened,
Misa.
I found myself quoting it out loud again. That was
Well,
to me that really impacted me. I was like, that was
Well,
one of my three out loud moments of that movie. So it caught me, and that was probably my favorite.
I will say the one surprising one for me was I wasn't expecting Travis Kelce in there.
You
I
mean
mean,
Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
they could be fiancés soon. I thought as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, he's gonna have a bigger role in here. He didn't. It was just like that scene, and then him with honey on his chest. A little bit weird, but can we also appreciate the friendships Adam Sandler has with all these sports people like Dan Patrick, and even through the Water Boy and all that, everybody's friends with.
Yeah.
Um,
He's got an insane network for sure.
I will say though, moving on, like there was a lot of repeated jokes, but the one joke I didn't like it was funny, like, oh, okay, that's funny, and then about the 13th time, you're like, we get it, and that's him sneaking alcohol and literally everything, like the cucumber, the squash, like we get it, like, and even on the golf course, like you gave it up. Why is it still in his golf club or whatever? But maybe that was a little too real. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. But out of all the craziness of it, well,
Yeah, I guess like this kind of follows the trend of recent like movies where they take your beloved hero and kind of make him like a loser, to just crush him. He's in a bad time in his life, accidentally killed his wife, and now he's got a drinking problem and he's like, lost the house and his grandma's house and all that. So it's just like they all start like Indiana Jones or Luke Skywalker, and they all start that way nowadays with our old heroes. So I don't know. You can take it or leave it. I think for
here's my thing: you didn't do that with grown-ups too. Don't do it now.
yeah,
Um,
But I think
that's
for this
fair.
movie, though, he needed to be on a comeback of sorts. Grown Ups 2, he didn't need to. But I mean, still, at the beginning, when we're in narration and the wife gets killed by a golf ball, that was my first out loud moment. Like, what the hell? Seriously?
yeah, I think
That
that's the
almost
most
took me out
controversial.
of the movie. I was like,
Yep.
damn. But then I was
And
like,
no
okay,
one wanted that.
I guess we have to have you be struggling about something. But I was like, oh damn. She could have stayed alive, and then he just needed to push his daughter to college, and they were broke some other way. But I I digest what, and yeah,
Yeah, I
What
mean,
would you think about?
yeah, a lot of people
Sorry,
did.
go ahead.
A lot of people didn't like that, and I think two of the cameos. I was talking to Gio earlier about this. That I'll throw in there is his daughter was played by his
Daughter.
real daughter, and then the
Right.
one girl who ended up being like a cop was also his real daughter. But I was like, why do they look like twins? Like it looks like it's like if you casted twins in two different parts, and it's like didn't really address it. But I digest.
siblings looking a lot alike. That's strange. We
But
got to talk to some scientists about that shit or something.
okay, but make it like have twin girls who are both going to college. Make it like the stakes a little higher that way. There's a better role for her than the cop. But I'm like,
I was gonna ask you guys what you thought of the Suns, because for me
Carl
the
from
Suns were
yeah,
very over the top,
They were a bit
and
much.
I was like, yeah, they were a bit much. I was like, you guys, like, even Happy Gilmore wasn't like, he was unhinged, but he was unhinged in like a I don't know, not like a retarded way.
In a controlled chaos way, Adam Sandler is
Yes,
unhinged.
right,
The
right.
brothers for me, honestly, I could have the movie would have been the same if they weren't there. I think I actually would have
Exactly.
probably preferred
Yeah,
it though.
probably 15 minutes shorter.
That's what she
yeah.
said.
They got Carl from Shameless in there, which sort of surprised me. But yeah, they were very much Adam Sandler's staple, at least when it relates to Doyle rules. It felt like that family.
Again, for plot development, I don't think they really added anything to the movie. Um, other than when they were at the different job sites and they were acting out the the thing from the first movie that he did at all his jobs.
Yeah.
Um, it was more of a callback than anything. They didn't really contribute anything to the overall story.
Yes, exactly. That's what it
Yeah.
felt like.
Well, I mean, it was some of their sons, the major characters' kids. I mean, you had the Friedman kid, you had Schneider, the Sandler girl, Connor Sherry. I don't know that one, and then Klosky is the older brother, and I think he's the wrestler.
Yeah, MJF. Yeah, he's the I
Yeah,
think from AEW.
yeah.
Also, a little offended that you renamed me, but you didn't rename Flashman to O'Doyle. But whatever. So the one thing that got me at the end, though, it's like um, Jonathan Lipnicki, which is that the actor
No.
You mean Haley Joel Osment?
Haley Joel Osment? Yeah,
Yeah.
I get him confused with those two because they were like okay, like what
One
happened?
has abs, one has flab. That's how you remember them apart now.
Okay. Either Hoozle. At the end when he gets a par four on the course, and then Happy at the end of it does the same, like no ties, like eh, eh. But also, wouldn't you warn your star player that, like, hey, this elevated space is a tilt-a-whirl, like, like unfair advantage, but also like they didn't think about the plot too much. It's just Adam walked into a storyboard room saying, and they're like, I guess this is what he means.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
if they had actually spent less time on Adam getting himself in position to be into the tournament and actually just start with him being able to go into the tournament like they voted or something. Because I think at the point where he got sixth place, but then, Jonathan Lipnicki, as Bad Bunny says, switch teams, and then that qualified him to go into the tournament. Like, I think at that point, that was my second audible moment where I was like,
What the
what?
hell?
They could have just, they wasted so much time with this. I want this movie kind of to be over. Not that I
You know,
hated it. I was just like, the beats, the cadence. I was like, this would have been the good to start this, 20 minutes ago instead of us going through the tournament of him putting him into the tournament.
I'll
I mean,
say I wish Shooter McGavin had more to do too,
Mm.
because I thought he was great.
I actually did like that they did a plot twist there and actually put him on the
Yeah.
good guy's side because I was not
Yeah,
expecting that. Like the entire thing, I thought it was going to be he's going to turn to the dark side and he's going to be at the 1v1 again, and
yeah,
that did like catch me off guard because I was like, oh shit, he's not going to do that. He's changing. I was like, wow, that was really
yeah.
that was really one thing that was like, oh shit, I did not
that was
expect.
another.
I
They
didn't
sort
expect it
of
at all.
Yeah, they sort of glossed over a little bit of the backstory with him. It's like he's been in a mental hospital. Okay, he got out because of a court order. Then he throws coffee in this guy's face, assaults him, and then he's like, "I can send you back to the mental hospital." And then it's dropped, and no one really says anything.
He just hides in
Yeah,
Yeah,
plain sight. Like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
also the whole Happy Gilmore was kicked off because he got drunk at the golf course, but they didn't test you, so you're good. Like, there's a lot of because he got kicked off the tour in the original movie for a lot less. Just saying.
Yeah.
Again, I think this movie took place in Happy Gilmore's head, and like he was in a drunk induced delirium, and that's why everything was so off the wall. That's what I think it
Is
was.
it a fan theory?
Yes, that is my fan theory.
so he's in
And
the
also,
mental hospital, is what you're thinking.
no, I'm not thinking it's a.
Right next to
I think
Shooter McGavin.
it's a fever dream. It's a depression dream that he got drunk, real drunk one night. And it was like before that, and then none of it took place.
I
Um,
think I'd like that more if that actually happened. If at the end
Yeah.
they just revealed it was a dream, I would have bought it because the cameos would make more sense too.
It
Because they're
would.
just like random. Post Malone is like on the sports like
golf,
table,
the golf
the golf.
commentator, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the commentator table. He doesn't really do much, but he's there. So is a lot of the cameos.
Yeah.
So that would make more sense in the dream, just like random people.
Yeah, but can you imagine you watch that movie and all of a sudden he just wakes up at the end and goes, "It was all a dream." Like it's almost as bad as what I've seen on it was a Reddit post. It's like make a your favorite book end terribly, and it was like the last Harry Potter book, and it says, "And then Harry woke up in this closet."
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is a classic like way to cop out, you know, of
yeah,
storytelling.
but
Yeah.
Sandler fans don't like cop outs though.
No. And we will watch anything the man puts out. Let's be real. You either watch it because you think he's going to be hilarious, or he's going to have people that are hilarious that hold the movie.
Yeah,
Not
I
if
think
it's going to
mostly
be a good movie.
I think mostly what drags me to watching up most of his movies is the nostalgia value because it always takes me back to
Mhm.
my happy place. And I love that his happy place updated in here too. I was like,
Mhm.
man, if I was
Yeah,
watching
that
this
was
with the
pretty funny.
guys, we would all be laughing like, oh, that is so true right now.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like Mr. Gilmore, your blood pressure is normal. Yes. Oh my
That's
gosh.
a real thing now.
Oh, actually, can we do a sidebar?
Uh-oh.
Where is your happy place? I think we need to come up with our own individual happy place. Oh, but before we do, while you think about it, what did you think of Chubb's son?
I thought that one was stupid.
I
It was
would
funny, but it was stupid.
it would have been my
Yeah.
favorite moment of the movie had the original Chubbs not sadly passed, and
Well,
Carl Weathers was actually able to be part of this movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they
How?
wrote it as he would come back.
How?
Well, I mean, the Force Ghost, man.
Yeah.
It's a damn Adam Sandler movie. They can make him come back somehow. Or we're
And
like,
if
oh
I-
yeah,
They CGI'd
I'm Chubb's brother.
Grand Moff Tarkin and Leia
Mhm.
and Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker, and so they could CGI him.
Did
My
it
favorite.
actually explain how he lost his hand? Because I'm drawing a blank. Like,
I-
he just had a
They
wooden
mentioned
hand.
it.
I don't know, but I think the funniest part is after they introduce him, like he's walking and you can see his arm bent from here to
Yeah.
here, and then the bend where you see he's holding his hand.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was an intentional joke or they just like missed it. I feel like it'd have to be intentional.
It was probably cutting back and making fun of the original because you could always tell that it was a hand holding the wooden
Oh,
hand.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like when I watched this with my dad, I had to pick on him a little bit because my dad has a habit of accidentally cutting his fingers and stuff. Like he's a contractor, and the scene when they're in the office and he's like pouring the glue on his wood hand. I look at my dad. I'm like, that's you. Like, why do you say that? I'm like, how many times have you said, "Hey, I'm going to the hospital. I almost cut my finger off." That sort of stuff.
I kind of wish he had a little bit more to do too, because like Chose from the first one, like helped him so much. He actually started him on his journey and
Mhm.
then helped him with a mini golf lesson. So I kind of wish they had more of a scene like that where his son like helped him overcome something. He did like a little bit, but not the same way Chubbs did.
Yeah, because there was definitely a cop. I was like, yeah, you do need to look at that, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, look at it from a different
Yeah,
angle or whatever.
exactly.
I feel like me personally, I think if Carl was still alive, he would have been like a Force ghost that would have helped guide him through and stopped him from drinking throughout the movie, and been his catalyst
That
to
would have been
push him
good.
back to the right path. But I
Well,
mean,
I mean,
that's just
he saw them in like at the end of Happy Gilmore 1 when the sky in the sky. So he saw them in this movie too in the sky. So
yeah.
they could have just done that more of that too.
I think his character was forced in the movie. It wasn't necessarily needed. Um, I think they probably would have gotten Chubbs back if he hadn't passed in real life. Um, I mean, I did like his name wasn't his name Slims or something or Slim?
Yeah, I think it was something like ironic like that. Like
Yeah.
Chubbs was skinny and
And you got
yeah.
Chubbs and you got Slim. Again, it followed the formula of character from the first movie making like either them coming back or them having a son or offspring or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
the wooden hand that was kind of overplayed, but again, it was a joke from the first movie.
Do you guys think though, because it's addressed in the movie? I know we want the comeback story, but he won 5 more gold jackets on top of that after the. Would you have rather seen that or this? Because I want to see how many rivals he would get in those 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, honestly, if they repeated the first movie a few times, I would not have minded that because I thought Shooter McGavin was such a strong villain. Because as opposed to this guy, the like I don't know, the tech bro kind of guy with bad breath. It's like, okay, he has bad breath. Hilarious, whatever.
exactly.
But Shooter
You remember
McGavin
Shooter
was,
McGavin.
yeah, you
Yeah, you
can't,
remember
you,
Shooter
you,
McGavin. You can't even remember this guy's name. That's how
yeah,
impactful Shooter was.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if they
also,
did a Shooter McGavin level villain every movie, I would have been all for that one.
I'm just going to point this out. Another plot point I thought keeps getting glossed over was like, oh, Happy got into a lot of trouble, and then when the guy with halitosis or whatever his problem was, it's like approached him in the store, and he's like, "Hey, Sheila, turn off the cameras." He would still be charged with assault.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as petty as that guy was, you don't think he'd go to the police to get Happy Gilmore arrested?
Yeah.
But no,
Well,
I'm going to
he
break
also
you up.
didn't throw Shooter back in, the Santa saw him after throwing coffee on him, so that tracked.
You think he just didn't want to do anything backwards because he would get attention brought to himself for doing his own
Well,
evil?
but then again, the one thing he did with Shooter, what bad illicit things did he do to convince the judge to release? Because that sort of implicates him. He just walked up to a guy in a store and was like, "Hey, I got an idea for you," and then he gets the crap kicked out of him. Those are 2 very different things.
In Happy Gilmore land, it's pretty much the same.
But also the spine surgery. I mean, all those
They-
doctors would get in trouble.
Rubber
I don't know.
bands. Like, what
I
the
thought it
hell?
was a hip thing. Same difference. But
No, yeah,
yeah,
they stretch out the ligaments so you can like wind up like a rubber band, and you know.
right.
So, did we think of our happy place?
Um, on a hike and like in the middle of nowhere, nobody else is around. I'm on a hike. Spaceship crashes. Alien comes out and he says, "Here, take my ring." And he gives me a Green Lantern ring. That would be my happy place.
So that calms you down.
That calms me down.
Would the alien be Luffy?
Why would I want my
Why would the alien
dog
be
to be
his dog?
dying and giving
Yeah,
me
I
the
didn't hear you say die. I just thought he just comes down and goes, "Here's your ring."
no, he's giving me the ring because he's dying and I'm the most worthy that's around.
And Luffy can't even speak English.
Yeah.
Mine is it's sitting on the beach, hearing the waves roll, beer in my hand, and I'm relaxed. Or do you want me to add a little more fun to it?
You sound like a 40-year-old man.
Well, I mean, we
I'm
almost
5 years
are.
away. Give me
That's why this movie's so appealing to
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah. I mean, okay. Or I'm at a tech football game where we're like not only beating our opponent so bad their mascot has to come in just to get killed by my team. We're up 150 to nothing, and it's the third quarter. The fans are crying, like their opponent's fans are crying. It's great.
Honestly, I think like the beginning part of Happy Gilmore stream or Happy Place where he has like a hot blonde sitting on a in like lingerie with the two beers. That like that is still probably a happy place for me. I don't know about the midget on the bike. Uh,
You got to have the midget on the
that's
tricycle.
uh, yeah, that's just hilarious. So I don't know, I would probably have that too. Other than that, I'd probably just have like a dope ass man cave with like a huge ass TV and all my gaming systems and all my bros hanging out. So
Would Drew be the little person on the tricycle in your
Why would I
happy?
be the little person on the tricycle?
You're the
Drew would
closest to
be
fit.
I'm
my
doping
Rob
you.
Schneider. Yeah, yeah,
No, instead of
yeah.
you can do it, it's to shut the fuck up and do it.
Mine would actually be being able to, just walk out of my house and there's a theater and it's like, which movie would you like to watch today, Mr. Birch? And just whatever movie I want to watch on a giant screen with some glorious, glorious buttered popcorn all the time, every time. And a Pepsi Zero because I'm watching my weight.
Well, you'd probably want the Dolby surround sound with the nice reclining chairs too.
Hmm.
Sure, I'll take that.
With beer.
And HK
Like
just reminded me I have popcorn in
beside
my
you.
car I need to go get.
Mine would be me riding horseback through the Pelennor fields with Mordor on my left, Minas Tirith on my right, and hauling ass. And a midget on a tricycle following behind, trying to keep up.
Going full speed.
That's mine.
I will add another happy place because there are multiple scenes. My other happy place is here with my bros. I say all the puns in the world, and Badger just keeps doubling over in pain.
Anyway,
I will say there was an SNL skit earlier this year. I think no, it was late last year with Nate Bargatze where he was a golfer, and I will say I think that SNL skit was a lot funnier than this movie on the whole. I would say watch it, but if you're on lunch break, watch that skit instead. I mean, it's just funnier. Like this one, we didn't need it, but I'll take it.
Do you guys know if there was a record set for the cameos in this movie or anything? I feel like there should be a
gotta
record.
be.
Yeah.
There's so many.
But
It,
no
it,
David
if
Spade, no Kevin James.
Yeah.
No.
No Bob Barker when he was alive a few years back.
I thought there was a small cutscene with Bob Barker.
There
I
there
mean,
was a
they
cutscene.
did.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did
Or
is
the
they did
flashback.
I don't know, what was it called? Rest of cast as archival footage.
Yeah, and if you really wanted that, they do have some like one-off videos on the internet where like Happy goes to the hospital to visit, or
Mhm.
maybe it's just Adam Sandler and they get into a fight in the hospital bed with bedpans and whatnot, which
Yeah.
those were fun. But
You know what would have been cool if they had Drew Carey as like the replacement of Bob
new,
Barker, come on
that
and
was
him having fight him, or had a bunch of different game show hosts, or for some reason Alex Trebek is back or something, and he gets the shit beat out of him by him or something.
Or
That
because
was.
didn't they reference Bob Barker when they were fighting in the graveyard and like he's like the price is wrong or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was the line on that?
The price
Question?
was wrong, bitch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do like how Adam's saying like because that's how if any of us were in a movie like we would make like little jokes just for that one person. Yeah.
100%.
So yeah.
Did y'all happen to catch a certain cameo of Cameron on the TV at the golf shack?
Only after it was pointed out. Yeah.
I seen
I
it
mean,
when we were watching, and I backed it up just to make sure I saw right.
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Um,
He said
I
that
mean,
he was pretty much his son for those movies, and he would never play with kids again, basically, is what he said.
yeah. I do think a lot of the actors' cameos in this movie were just like someone's like, "Do you want to be in an Adam Sandler movie?" Yeah, and they just showed up. Like they probably didn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
This
Um,
felt
But
like
then you
the
got some more
Expendables.
meaning. What do you think the impact of this movie has had on the golf world?
I mean, I think it shows an appreciation because how many. This has got to be the most popular golf movie of all time. I mean, what's it going up against? The Legend of
Legend of
Tiger.
Bagger Vance. Yeah.
I mean, what other movies are there? I mean,
The one with
how many?
Shia LaBeouf.
I exactly, but like even the kid from the original movie is a professional golfer now, so that had some impact on him.
Was that the real kid from the movie?
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
the
I thought
kid
they were
who
just
The caddy.
making. I thought they were just making fun of it. So he really is a real golfer now.
Yes.
He
yeah
really did become
Oh.
one.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah
I didn't realize that.
So I mean, they can show an appreciation because I am curious. I might have to look this up afterwards. Is like how much golf viewership shot up after Happy Gilmore.
Well, you had Happy Gilmore, and then right there in that same time frame, you had Tiger Woods take off.
So
So it had to be correlated, like somehow, some way.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it had a. I think it had a positive impact. I mean, Happy Gilmore is silly, whatever, but it treats the game with respect.
And
I think.
it lets you get out what you want to do on a course, but you probably shouldn't, such
Yeah.
as beat the hell out of your partner.
And in all seriousness, we should now make our own version of Happy Gilmore, but instead of golfing, it's disc golfing.
Let's do it.
and since there's so many trees involved, you can call it Sappy Gilmore.
Ow.
Uh,
Uh, that was another one of my happy places is making puns all the time and you're getting a headache.
That's my hell. Just me in a corner in a cage.
I was thinking
just
that
keep
too.
making puns, and I go ah.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Um,
I did like that they had like Scotty Scheffler and like the current guys.
Mhm.
I thought they were just gonna make a cameo in that one scene, but they had a more impactful role in the movie. I did like that.
well, the one
And
thing that I said about that is like every cameo and every character in there was like over the top, like exaggerated a character of what they were until it came to the golfers like who were playing. They're like, okay, I will make this hole in one happy. Or like when the one like punches the guy, he's like, I know the drill. Like everyone, even with him in the jail cell, it's like, don't change the channel. I'm watching that. I'll hurt you. Like,
well, it
they're-
was funny too because when he's like not again when he got arrested because he just got arrested like a year ago.
yeah, they're golfers, not they're not actors. Which I liked it, but it was like okay, that was stiff acting.
Yeah, but I liked that they called that part out when he was on tour last year and got arrested before he even got to play in the tournament.
Yep.
And then this time he got arrested before he got to play in the tournament. It's like not again.
Well, they had to clear that bound. Like, listen, we're gonna make fun of you for this because I think it was
Yeah.
like clear to those charges, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, there were no charges other than because it was like it was a crime scene. He was on his way to the tournament. One cop went like this and told him to come, and he started coming, and then the other cop basically stopped him, pulled him out, and arrested him for trying to go around the crime scene.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah,
But
Would we play this new course?
I think it
On a
looks
drunk
fun.
Tuesday, yes, I would.
I feel like this would be a good disc golf course. But playing with you guys, you turn even the most mundane course into this course.
Fucking true.
True.
Yeah, I mean, how many? That should have been three.
Mm-hmm.
Have we heard?
Accurate.
But no, I've not played golf ever in my life, other than the driving range. So I'd give it a shot.
I do think I do think John Daly was a good addition because he's kind of like the real life Happy Gilmore.
Hmm.
So
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind of I like that little nod to it.
And they did make him his uncle in this movie, right?
I don't know if he was
No, he's
uncle or
John
if he was
Daly.
Uncle
Or he
John
was just
Daly.
Uncle
He's
John Doe.
just
Okay,
John Daly.
gotcha.
I will say him drinking the hand sanitizer through the thing was funnier than Adam Sandler and the hiding all the alcohol things.
Yeah. Well, the hiding all the alcohol thing, that was basically I don't know if y'all watched Hubie Halloween,
Hmm.
where he had the thermos and it was like a utility thermos. It was that kind of running joke to me where it was like, oh, haha. But in this one, it's like, oh, haha, he has a problem, haha. It's not
Yeah.
really funny.
Like your least favorite scene in the entire movie.
maybe I hated it because it was so sad and depressing. But like, it's when they were playing the second round when Happy was getting into it, and he gets interviewed to go, "Hey, it's Mother's Day, the same day your wife died," and then it's like him getting drunk in the bathroom. You're like, "Oh, that's sad." It's
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
like,
but that showed that he had a problem.
I know, I'm saying I'm not sure if I hated it because it was so sad, but Plus, at that point, he threw away all of his alcohol. So you're telling me you threw away all that alcohol, but not the one you had in your caddy bag?
I
I
think
mean,
the
like I
scene
said,
where I think the scene where his car wasn't starting and all the kids were beating on it, I was like,
Hmm.
that didn't
That was
really do much
mine.
for me. Yeah. Okay.
Didn't do much for me until Steve Buscemi came over and is also like kicking the car. Like,
It's like,
he
what are you
doing?
That's
doing?
true. That yeah.
And
Now,
then he does the little spin move to get away, and they're all like, "What? What?"
Yeah.
now the polar opposite of the whole car thing is at the end when the Rolls Royce won't fucking start.
Yeah,
well,
That I laughed at.
so I will say though, I did read something that apparently that was a nod to Chris Farley at the end of Tommy Boy. I think it was.
The car
Which
beating.
him
yeah, or like
walking
when he's
down the highway.
yeah,
Oh
when he's
yeah.
yeah. So I thought that was real nice.
Okay.
I mean, it took him a while to do something nice or do that for Chris Farley, but
Yeah, only 30 years.
We got a sequel to this. What other Adam Sandler movie would you guys be interested in seeing a sequel to?
Waterboy
that's
2.
what I was gonna ask. I want to see a Waterboy too.
Hmm.
But
Like,
he'd be like
if
55 years old, and
he'd be a
But he could
coach,
still be the Waterboy and have a new Waterboy apprentice.
and
Call it the Water
also,
Man.
and
Water
also with
Man.
the way college football's changing with the NIL deals, and
I'm the
like
Water
you
Man
can
now.
go, yeah, and then you can go back and like, yeah, I only played for 1 year. I still have 3 years of eligibility left. I mean, that could be real fun. Like they got this big, like let's just say his main nemesis is going to come in and like he's just he's dogging the SCLSU Mud Dogs. He has this name, image, and likeness deal with like same thing in Happy Gilmore 2, where they genetically modify him to be the biggest, baddest running back of all time, like metal joints, robotic limbs, and then he's okay, Captain, I sit on your ass, and he just comes back and does that as a 55-year-old man. I
Or
would
the
watch
longest
that,
yard.
but he wouldn't but he wouldn't be in prison for it.
Yeah.
I feel like The Longest Yard was their way of doing a
Ish.
sequel-ish. It
Ish.
wasn't really a sequel, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but
they wanted to do
if
another
that's the
football
case,
movie.
they changed the character completely because Happy Billy not, Bobby Boucher.
I was about to say third strike.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher was like a simpleton who like just wants the simple pleasures of life versus Paul Crew who has it all and throws it away, literally. Um, but I think having Bobby Boucher come back after seeing what the NFL career did, or even if he went to the NFL, because he still stayed in school at the end of it, because he never left school. So it'd be interesting to see how his like eligibility played out, or if he's got a kid in college. I don't
Henry
know.
Winkler and Kathy Bates still married or whatever.
Or, yeah, got married. That would be, or because you can't really do anything like for like Click Two, or
I was thinking, I watched Big Daddy yesterday.
Big Granddaddy.
Big Granddaddy, yeah. Like, I
I
don't
still love
know
Big
the
Poppy.
plot. Like his kid goes away or whatever, and then a grandkid shows up, kind of similar situation that he's not expecting.
Yeah, and at Adam Sandler's age, and in his movies, there doesn't have to be like a dire consequence at the end of the movie. I mean, Big Daddy 1 was like, you could go to jail, Sonny. But then you like look a couple years later, it's like Grown Ups 2. What was the big consequence of that? Some college kids want to fight them, you know?
Yeah.
Not real big consequences. You get Shaq in there. That'd be good.
I would see a Billy Madison too. And actually, I'm surprised Shaq didn't show up in this now that you said that. So he's been in all of his recent movies.
Yeah, Shaq was in it. He played one of the trees.
Oh, okay. But
Um,
yeah, Billy Madison too. He goes back to college.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody's doing a hostile takeover of the company, and he makes an agreement that they're like, well, this guy's got a college degree. You only finished high school. And he's like, I bet you I can get my college degree and win this company back. I'm just stupid stuff. I'd
Or
watch that.
he has to do like a startup company to raise money to buy out the big company.
Like a venture capitalist type deal.
Yeah. I was gonna say now we're just coming up with plots for, and as I point out, GL before you jumped on the podcast, which this movie didn't have an egghead reference. It also didn't have a food addiction, which I have
He had an addiction.
but like normally, like with my scale of Adam Sandler movies, there's things that always happen in every Adam Sandler movie, and I don't think this one had like any of them, which is like a food addiction that he liked. Like he liked Subway, Popeyes. You know, that's one a love interest with the VV name, or a joke about his egg or egghead or egg shaped head. Twinkies for the food and Click. You know, there wasn't anything like that in this other than alcohol. So I don't know. Maybe he's breaking his form in that. Maybe he's like, oh, I'm doing that way too much. Maybe it's a pattern.
Does anybody have a Mount Rushmore of Adam Sandler movies, like the top 4?
I know three.
I mean, my favorites are definitely like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and
I think
Waterboy.
Did you say Waterboy?
Yeah, Waterboy.
Those are me. There's me and HK share those. I think Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison have to be at least 2 for everybody. But I can't. I'd have to think of a 4th one because they just all sort of blur together.
Mine would definitely be Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. I'd have to throw in, I guess, to do 2 others. I'd have to throw in Big Daddy and um, shit. I said it earlier, Mr. Deeds.
Mr. D.
I think my list would be different 10 years ago, but today it will be Big Daddy and Billy Madison. A little known movie that I think all of y'all know, but probably forgot about, Bulletproof with Damon Wayans. And
I was gonna say that, but
yeah,
I had to go with Mr. Deeds.
I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to add that to the list.
Yeah, but
Came out
my
like
fourth would have to
95,
be, I think,
96.
Little Nicky would have to be my 4th, I think, unfortunately. Happy was great,
Little
but
Nicky.
I mean, I got to put Little Nicky in there.
So I'm gonna be the old guy of the group. Grown Ups 2, Grown Ups, Happy Gilmore, and then Bedtime. Hold on, what is it? So I don't mess up.
Bedtime Stories. That movie sucked.
I forgot
I
about that
have
movie.
2 kids. I
Mhm.
watched
Oh shit!
it
Shit! What about Click? I
religiously.
forgot about Click too.
Now that I didn't like. But yeah, Bedtime Stories is my number 1, and it's because I've watched it so many times.
Okay, I have a plot point for Click 2. He can
Turn it off.
Yeah. Click 2 is good. You watch your mouth. But no, like things spiral out of control, and he's like, man, I remember when this all started. I wish I could go back and redo it. And then Christopher Walken shows up and goes, here's the remote. You can actually go back and influence, and and do that, and it just makes things worse.
I'm not a very avid golfer. I golf occasionally, maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Every time I go, somebody, including myself, but there's always a Happy Gilmore reference on the golf course when I play.
Yeah.
So that's something.
So before we go, how many of you have attempted the Happy Gilmore drive?
Oh, I've done it.
I even
Didn't
done
do
it
a
with
regular
Rocky's.
one.
And GL, why did you want to get into golfing?
So I could get out of work on a random Wednesday and drink beer.
But you golfed in high school though a little bit.
I did golf. I did golf in high school some,
Yeah.
but I didn't like that it was more it was based on the fundamentals and it wasn't fun,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
So I will say though, anybody who watches this and tries to go to Top Golf, there are signs at Top Golf that say do not have a running start to hit the ball. Pretty much they are saying do not pull a Happy Gilmore.
Take a wide stance, swing hard, step in.
That's what
Exactly.
she said.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
Wrap
Give
it
it a
up.
little rappy.
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Just
Wrap it up, wrap it up.
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 Wrap-a-doo.
All right, bros. What did you think of Happy Gilmore 2? Please like, comment, and subscribe. What was your favorite cameo? Would you watch it? Would you recommend it? Until next time, guys, I'm Hokey Joker.
I'm trapped in a cartoon right now,
More like a horror movie.
I'm Billy Madison.
and he's HK.
And until next time, guys, just tap, tap, tap.
Just us bros.